Irene Turner, owner of Irene Turner at Home, an international interior design and renovation firm. People often ask me why I talk about color as a separate aspect to interior design, and I say that other than the house itself, it is the foundation for decor in your home. Understanding color and how it affects us and how it creates a mood and makes you feel in your home is the first step to selecting colors for your home. I call this the psychology of color. It's such a vast subject. There are books written about it and whole blogs written about it. In fact, my favorite blog is written by my Facebook friend Kate Smith, and is called Sensational Color. She has the most succinct and easy to understand concepts about color, from the psychology of color to its application. I'm paraphrasing from her liberally here. Let's start by looking at red. Recognized as a stimulant, red is inherently exciting, and the amount of red is directly related to the level of energy perceived. Red draws attention, and the use of red can affect us by increasing our enthusiasm, stimulating our energy, and increasing blood pressure, respiration, heartbeat, and pulse rate. Red is a good color to use in your home or a room to stimulate interaction, conversation, and everything else. It's not a good color to use in a home with a hyperactive family member or one prone to excessive anger and other negative feelings. Traditionally used in libraries and dens, red is also often used in a dining room, as it stimulates appetites as well as digestion and, of course, conversation. Red doors say stop, come in, welcome to my home, and they make a statement. Lightening up red with white, we get pink. Bright light pinks are youthful, fun, and exciting, while vibrant pinks have the same high energy as red. They are sensual and passionate, but without being too aggressive. Soft pinks are associated with romance, the blush of a young girl, and little girls in general. Pink is the color of happiness and the color of the heart. It is associated with love. Pinks are great to create a soft, quiet invitation with a hint of femininity, and perhaps not so good to use in a household full of boys. We traditionally think of pink in little girls' rooms. Can't you just see a little girl loving either one of these rooms? But when you brighten it up, it can create a dramatic statement as well. Another offshoot of red is orange. Bright orange is a close relative to red. There is usually a very strong positive or negative association to orange, and true orange generally elicits a strong love-hate response. Fun and enthusiastic, orange radiates warmth and energy. Orange can affect us by stimulating activity, stimulating appetite, and encouraging socialization. Colors in this tone, such as terracotta and rust, have a very broad appeal. It's not as good a color to use when you want to create a calm, cool space to be in, such as a bedroom for someone who has a hard time sleeping. Soft corals are really great cosmetic colors, and they can help most skin tones look warm and healthy, so most of us look good in a coral room. And why not add bright orange to a front door? You have to admit it's a showstopper, and it's really fun. So take the red out of the mix and we move on to yellow. Yellow shines with warmth and happiness. It is generally considered a sunny, warm color and helps brighten up a room and a mood, especially in those gray weather climate areas. Yellow often affects us by stimulating our mental process, stimulating the nervous system, and helps to activate our memory. Yellow with too much green in it can make us look sallow and calls up the feeling of cowardness and illness. Bright yellow evolves a feeling of being in a warm climate, perhaps on a vacation. Turn it to gold and create that Tuscan feel of old world plaster walls and the history that we all crave. And a yellow kitchen to me is a classic. It's always sunny and warm, and I remember kitchens in my childhood being yellow. I still think it's a great color for kitchens in a family home today. Add a little blue into the mix and we get green. The natural greens from forest to mint are seen as tranquil and refreshing, with a natural balance of cool and warm. Green is considered the color of peace and ecology. However, there's an institutional side to green associated with illness that conjures up negative emotions. Good greens usually soothe us. They help us to relax mentally as well as physically and can help alleviate depression, nervousness, and anxiety. I personally think emerald green is an underrated color. I think this color is fun and exciting without the overstimulation of red or orange. It reminds me of spring. Lighten it up and gray it slightly, and we see a lot of this color used in woodwork and cabinetry. Darken it up, add a bit of blue, and you get aquatic tones. Take the yellow out of the green and we get blue. Blue is seen as trustworthy, dependable, and committed. The color of ocean and sky, and soft blues can invoke rest and can cause the body to produce chemicals that are calming. electric brilliant blues become dynamic and dramatic and express exhilaration. Some shades or the overuse of blue, especially gray blues, may come across as cold or uncaring. Indigo or navy, a deeper blue, symbolizes wisdom. When mixed all together, shades of blue can evoke the ocean and is a great color palette naturally found along a coastline, particularly where it's hot. As opposed to red, blue is a great color to use for hyperactive people, but not so good for people who are depressed. Brighter shades of turquoise and cobalt are fun and dynamic. Pale blues and blues in general are often used in a bedroom where they create a calm and restful environment to sleep in. Now bring in our original red, mix it with the blue, and we get purple. Purple embodies the balance of red stimulation and blue's calm. Purple is a color often well liked by very creative or eccentric types, and lighter, brighter shades of purple are often the favorite color of young girls. Purple can uplift us, calm our mind and nerves. Purple can offer a sense of spirituality and can encourage creativity and tranquility. Here's a clear example of a darker purple but with a definite blue undertone. Therefore, it evokes the same feelings of calm and mysticism that a darker blue does. This photo is interesting because it's almost a perfect color balance, combining blue-purple in the walls with pink-purple in the art and pillows, plus the golds and yellows, which is purple's complementary color, all help make this a perfectly balanced color mix, whether you like these colors or not. And here with a lavender undertone that helps create a calm and cool workspace, much like a pale blue would. Let's move from saturated colors to neutrals, and let's start with brown. Brown says stability, reliability, and approachability. It's the color of earth and is associated with all things natural or organic. Stabilizing our environment, it can help provide a connection with the earth, and it gives us a sense of orderliness. The brown color family from chocolated taupe and beige has been the neutral of choice over the past 20 years or so. From the brown woods, which are and always have been a natural, to browns as a backdrop for other brighter earth tone colors, to taupe and beige, these are the neutrals we've seen reigning over homes and magazines these past couple of decades. Let's move forward to the other neutral, gray. Gray is the color of the intellect, knowledge, and wisdom. It is perceived as long-lasting, classic, and often seen as sleek or refined, and is considered a color of compromise, perhaps because it sits between the extremes of black and white. Gray is a perfect neutral, and it's now moving to the forefront as a neutral replacing more earthbound taupe and beige. I'm liking cabinetry painted in all shades of gray, especially a warm charcoal. The grays we are seeing today are warmer in feel and mix easily with the beiges and browns we already have, and light gray or grayed whites become the new taupe and the perfect backdrop to whatever you put in the room. And on one end of the color spectrum we see white. White projects purity, cleanliness, and neutrality. Doctors don white coats, brides traditionally wear white gowns, and a white picket fence surrounds a safe and happy home. White can aid mental clarity, encourage us to clear clutter or obstacles, evoke purification of thoughts or actions, and it feels like fresh beginnings. Today we're seeing a lot of all-white kitchens and bathrooms. Personally, I like it when it's warmed up a bit by using cream instead of pure white, but both are around. White, all white, can seem cold and institutional. I do love it when it's liberally sprinkled with bright pops of color. It looks clean and fun, calm yet stimulating, don't you think? On the other end of the spectrum we find black. Black is an authoritative and powerful color. Because black can evoke strong emotions, too much can sometimes feel overwhelming. Black represents a lack of color, the primordial void, and emptiness. Black can help us feel inconspicuous. It can provide a restful emptiness. People don't often think of painting a room black, but it can be the perfect foil, and while filled with light, it can focus the eye and the mind into the middle of the room, placing more emphasis on the objects found there instead of the room itself. It's the perfect backdrop to bright and cheerful colors and textures. And it also appears in cabinetry and woodwork. Deciding how we feel in our space and how we want to feel, what mood we want to create, is the first step, and in my mind the most important one when deciding what paint colors to select for your home. Be sure to stay tuned for the second step. Coming up in part 2, it's all about you. I'll see you there.